Man, either cut on the platform or don't put it back on. And that's just how I feel. Look, platform, I'm not a nigga that you could cap on. Gat drawn, black on my ops and leave they back on. Gat strong, Metal Gear Solid and it is that long. Mask on, I'm a street fighter, just call me Capcom. I take bits, was a bloodhound way before Apex. Warzone, Residence Evil, but I'ma say less. Bang sets, League of some legends, man, I just can't rest. God War, I go Chronos and get my chains back. Don't cut me off, just cut me back on. Broadcast, you can see me on the platform.
Tonight, if you have a chance to go out tonight.
I may be able to get out tonight. We'll see. I know I got some stuff to do here at home, but I may be able to. We'll see.
So you might have to pick, I don't know, you might have to pick up your son or something, and you can do it when you pick him up or something.
No, they're done for today.
Oh, they're done for the day?
Yeah, they're done being picked up today. I was out all this morning. Up at, 9 in the morning. Hell, just going out. And then I was been working, too, from home because it was the emergency. So I've been doing shit. Yeah,
doing shit.
Doing shit, being busy for no reason.
All right. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the platform. Yeah. We are live and direct. We are today talking about Sean Layden, and I hope dudes don't get hurt when they hear what he got to say. We are also talking WB Games and why they're doubling down on live service. Like, I don't understand it. And we're going to talk about some other little titty bits here and there. So let's get into our introductions in no particular order, starting with Dave D, a.k.a. Wesley Pipes, a.k.a. David Pumper Dump. What's up, man?
David Pumper Dump.
What up?
Next up, we got Brandon, the home man. What up, Brandon? What's going on?
Nothing much. What's going on with you?
Chilling. Next up, we got Big Mike, a.k.a. Thick Mike, a.k.a. Prolapsia. What's up, man?
Prolapsia. I'm chilling, bro. Just chilling. Ready to talk about some stuff and, talk about industry and,
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
Exactly.
Facts. Next up, we got a bad Bella in 80K. What's up, Bella? What's going down?
Hi, y'all. Promise I'm cutting a potato.
Whoa, I looked up and see the knife, like, what I do? I didn't
She says a
Potato.
Frozen says, what's up, Frozen? I see you said Mike exposed again by Sean Layden. We'll see. But yeah, what's up, everybody? I'm Dan the Man. I'm the host here at the platform. Let's get it. While we're talking about Sean Layden, let's pull his bitch ass up, right?
Wow.
Let's
I would say he's a bitch.
Pull his bitch ass up is wild.
No, I like Sean Layden. Actually, he's a cool dude and shit. He was actually one of the better folks for Sony. But let me pull this up for you guys in chat here as well, so you can read along and go along, so you don't think there's any falsities or lies being told. Because I don't want dudes saying that, he didn't say that, and he did. Sean Layden. They did an interview with Sean Layden to ask him about the state of the industry. What does he think about gaming right now? Because, he's not really doing, he's just doing his own thing right now. And it was very interesting what he talked about. They asked him about exclusivity. They straight up started with that. And he said that his philosophy was that he always thought it was an Achilles heel to Sony. So what that tells you is that he had the mentality to get rid of exclusivity when he was doing it. So there must have been pressure. There must have been pressure for him to kind of stay the course, until things kind of changed within the power structure for Sony PlayStation. He goes in to talk about a lot of industry changes that he that he always brought up in his time with Sony and the gaming industry. And he was just worried that Sony sustaining as a company was not feasible with what their trajectory of where they're going right now. He was saying, yes, there were, sales were record sales, but when one game costs $200 million to make and you only sell 1.3 million copies when you need 17 million sold, he was like, that's where there's a constant deficit. Wow. Sean Layden laying this out, saying that even when he was running it, how dudes always praise, Sean Layden wouldn't have ever done it. Yes, the fuck he was. He was literally, that was his goal. He just never reached it in his time with Sony PlayStation. He pointed out the success of Helldivers 2. This is him right here. He said, which is a published game that they released day and date. He's doubling down. He said,
say that one more time, Dan. I want you to go back.
You want me to go back?
Yeah. Go back and say that one more time.
Later pointed out the recent success of Helldivers 2, which is PlayStation published.
And what did you say after that?
Released day and date on PS5 and PC. Right. And it was wildly. It wasn't just Sony, PlayStation dudes, they bought the most and PC dudes stole it. No. Even with him not being in Sony like that, he said it was proven wildly successful.
Remember that investors call, Danny, that talked about the 250% gain when they put was it God of War first dropped on PC? Remember that?
Yeah.
Or was it Spider-Man? It was one of these ones where they got 250% like over.
It wasn't even with those titles, dude. It was with Days Gone and Horizon.
Wow, really?
Days Gone and Horizon gave them a 250% return on investment. In the call, when it was transcript, it said ROI. So if you ever see ROI when you're talking about financials, that's return on investment. So what they put into the game and getting it to PC, they got 250% back from their initial investment. And this is without Nixus. Right?
I can't imagine any company that says I don't want 250%.
Could you imagine telling somebody? Hold on. Imagine just Lion Ryan comes in and says, "Hey guys, listen. We want to listen to Big Mike, right? We want to stay exclusive. We don't want 250% return on our investment because we want Mike to feel value." Right? Imagine what that would be like to an investor when they hear, okay, no profit because we want Mike to be a value. Right? Now let me start with you. Let me start with Brandon. Because Brandon is actually a Sony dude, right? This is a Sony guy. He mainly plays on Sony. This is his preferred. Sean Layden. Okay, Brandon, Sean Layden saying that even when he was running Sony PlayStation, his mentality was exclusivity was an Achilles heel. Hearing that, does that make you worried about the industry right now and how Sony is approaching the industry?
I'm not worried at all. As you said, 250 return on investment, that's damn good.
250%. 250. So they didn't just get their money back.
And
they got 150%.
Right, over double. Right.
They could put that into the next game that they can be.
And the crazy
Brandon
part about
is actually thinking.
Hold on, Brandon. You know what's crazy? You're right. Remember, Days Gone 2 got greenlit.
Yeah.
Because it was definitely not getting a sequel without PC coming out on PC. It was not getting a sequel. That shit was dead. You know?
They're not making Days Gone 2. What are you talking about?
No, they greenlit Days Gone 2.
No, they didn't.
They said that it was in the planning stages for Days Gone 2. They did.
Oh, shit.
Sony Ben literally said, hold up, Mike. Give me 1 second to pull it up. And now
I'm just saying it's not being made right now.
It's not. I said it's in the planning. It's not. There's no development right now. But hold on, Mike. Now when I pull this up,
I'm not even fighting with you.
No. When I want to agree, I want an agreement. When I pull up this statement from Sony Ben, okay, I want you to agree that you'll run the gauntlet next Saturday.
I'm not running anything.
Wow.
No, because
you're so sure but unwilling to put the bet on it.
You can't fight me on this and then be so confident, and then you
back down.
Yes,
I don't understand that.
You can't back down with confidence. That doesn't make sense. I either need you to concede the point or agree to the terms.
Because I have right here, it says, despite the success of Days Gone, a sequel has not been approved. They're not working on it at all.
And now, so we're taking the bet, right?
No, I'm not. And this was published January 3rd of 2024.
We're taking the bet, right?
Taking the bet?
We're not taking the bet.
Nope. I don't know where you're.
Mike.
Not eat.
Until I show this, I need confirmation from you.
I'm not running a gauntlet.
Then guess what? Back to Sean Layden, right?
Exactly.
Listen, it is important for the Sony fanboys to hear Sean Layden speak.
I'm getting ready to read some more. I'm done. I'm getting ready to read some more, okay?
Because I want them to hear these words out of his mouth, right?
Exactly.
You never said Days Gone 2.
I didn't say Sean Layden said Days Gone 2.
Okay, let's clarify that. You're the one who brought up Days Gone 2.
I said Sony Bend. I did not say Sean Layden.
Okay.
Here we go.
Anyway, so they said, of course, Helldivers 2 is a live service game. So what does that mean for platform holders' bread and butter? Okay, this is what they asked him. And he said, if you're spending $250 million, you want to be able to sell your game to as many people as possible, even if it's just 10% more. So he's saying his thought process was he spent $250 million, even 10% more, like say PC, right? Say just, which is a small number because it's not true. But let's just say PC sold only 10% more, right? Like it bought 10% more. This would have helped him out with the global installed base for consoles.
That's what Brandon was saying.
This is what Brandon was saying. So if you go back to PS1 and everything else stacked up there, whenever you're in time, you look at it, the cumulative consoles out there never gets 250 million. So he straight out said the console all the way back to PlayStation 1 never got there. Never. It never got there. He said it just doesn't. The dollars have gone up over time. But I look at it and see that you're just taking more money from the same people. So your value, Mike, is like literally the money leech, right? You're destroying the company just by your value. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
he says Layden believes the industry needs to expand beyond its current market. We're not doing enough to get here to, I don't know what that is, non-console gaming people into console gaming. You know that we're not going to attract them by doing more of the shit. And he was cussing, so he already mad. We're not going to attract them by doing more of the shit we're doing now. If 95% of the world doesn't want to play Call of Duty, Fortnite, and Grand Theft Auto, is the industry just going to make more Call of Duty, Fortnite, and Grand Theft Auto?
Facts. I agree.
Come on, man. Mike.
I agree with that. I agree with what you just said right there.
Okay, let me come to you, Mike. Let me come to you because I got a question. So
I listened today.
after hearing Sean Layden, your guy Sean Layden, the one that you always tout should be coming back, and you hate Lion Ryan, you need Sean Layden, that shit, right? You always say this. This is your man, Mitch, right? This is your guy. He's saying that all the way back to when he was doing it until he stopped. His mentality was the death of PlayStation was coming until we change our philosophy. So now, after hearing that, do you still feel like your value usurps the survivability of Sony gaming?
I agree. Things need to change. I may not like it, but things need to change. Okay, how about that?
Hold on, stop right there. Somebody clip this.
Hey, I'm being honest. Like I said, I may not
somebody to clip.
I may not like it, and that's why.
Please, somebody.
I may not like it. Things do need to change, and like I said, I was listening to. I won't mention names because things, but he even said another thing that I agree with. That these games that Sony are making are $200 million or $1 billion. They need to stop. He said they need to stop. We need to go back to making smaller games that are not costing that much, and where
Bell, I'm gonna come to you next.
Where it's hurting, and we have to sell like so many copies.
Okay. So Mike, do you think God of War is a smaller game?
God of War is not a smaller game, but it also right now, it takes it's been taking, or it takes like $200 million sometimes. I know, like the first God of War, I'm sure, like the very first God of War, I'm sure it didn't cost $200 million. It was side scrolling, little pixel, but
the first God of Wars were like a almost like an isometric third-person action.
Yeah, there you go.
There was no pixels. Yeah. It was fully 3D for sure.
Yeah, it was fully 3D. I don't know why I said pixel, but it was fully 3D. But it costing $2 million. That game, where I would say God of War 2018. He's like, it looks like human-like.
So, Mike, can you give me 3 first-party titles that are smaller?
3 first-party titles are smaller. I would say
you said they need to start going back to making smaller games, right? Give me 3 that they made back then.
3 that they made back then. I would say
yes, first party.
At the time, I would say Twisted Metal. That was a first-party game at the time.
Okay,
that was probably smaller.
You believe that was a smaller game for the studio?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm getting ready to look up how much it costs to make Twisted Metal. Okay. And we're gonna see if that cost is.
And the person that made that game at the time was the person that made God of War the first time.
Right. David Jaffe made
David Jaffe.
Right. Okay. That's 1. I need 3.
I have to think here. Like, so I play so many a day. I'd probably say.
But you were super confident on them going back to doing what they did, so I need 3.
I'd probably say Sly Cooper.
So
one.
So you think Sly Cooper was a smaller game?
Yes. Okay. And I'd probably also say Jack and Dexter. And they were made by Naughty Dog before Naughty Dog started making, Uncharted and everything.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
There you go.
So stop focusing on the bread and butter titles and start focusing on the smaller titles, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right.
All right, Bella. I need you to explain how this philosophy is made out of nougat. All right. So Sony, and I'm asking you seriously. He says he wants Sony to go back to making smaller titles. Okay. And don't focus on the big $200 million projects, right? Instead of just porting over to PC, he'd rather them stop making the bread and butter. How do you feel about that philosophy?
No, hold on. He didn't say stop over.
Dang, it was my turn.
I know it's your turn, but he didn't say
you can rebuttal. after I asked. I'm talking about you. I didn't talk about Sean Layden.
All right,
I said
I want to
philosophy. I'm not talking to you. I'm asking.
You added something. But I'm saying you added something I didn't say.
You can rebuttal after Bella says her point. Okay. Go, Bella.
Okay, so part of the issue is they're known for their AAA games. So going to smaller games, which might help those games grow, that's really not tapping into their main target audience. People go to Sony for certain games, so it would bequeath them. I should say it would bequeath them to focus on that and continue to releasing games unbroken, and good quality. And then also it's better off going to PC because that's where the money is. Okay. It makes no sense for them to not go to PC. As a company, it just makes a lot of sense. You got to stop thinking about this like it's like your favorite cousin that's like breaking your heart or something, dude. It's a company. They're going to always go where the money is. And the money is where we are, which is PC. We're streaming on PC. PC has blown up exponentially since 2020, since before 2020, but especially since 2020. So they're going where the money is. Simple as that. The rest of them will fall in line and do the same thing. In fact, they're already planning it. I'm surprised Nintendo ain't caught up, but they too busy releasing games at 720p to their fan base that don't seem to want to go nowhere.
At $69.99 too. At $69.99.
Ooh, that's horrible. That's itchy games. Yeah.
Well. Dan Pooh.
Is Danny alive?
He stepped away.
Okay.
So I guess back to you, Big Mike.
Mike. So what did I say wrong?
Nothing. You didn't say anything wrong.
Well, you just said that I said something wrong.
Oh, what I was going to say, you said that, that I wanted them to stop making it, porting games. See, he never said that either. He was just saying we need to stop
I wasn't
making.
saying he said. I said you said.
I don't want them to. I
you
don't
just
want
said
them.
that for them to make money, they should concentrate on making smaller games, right? Instead of investing in the 200.
That's all I said.
So then I said. You told you. So your philosophy is for them to stop making the bread and butter, and start focusing more on the smaller games. That's what you said.
That's what I said, but I never said to stop, porting games to PC. You never said that either.
So you're not going to sell your PlayStation now, then, right? Because
I never said that either.
So answer the question.
Coming at me in different angles.
So
all I said is,
are you supporting the porting of porting to PC, or are you supporting Sony not making AAA? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Listen, I told you I may not like it, but hey, if it happens, that's gotta happen.
So you're not.
That's a good answer. That's a good answer.
So then the follow up to confirm: are you selling your Sony PlayStation or not if they're day and date?
I'll probably still, get rid of my PlayStation or not buy the PlayStation. I'll probably go straight PC. Like I said, I may not like it, but it is what it is. I'll still be in the Sony ecosystem. I'll just be playing on PC. And to answer your other question, you can have this after I'm done there. God of War cost back in the day, the very first $44 million. Now God of War Ragnarok costed $200 million. So I looked it up though, but like I said again.
But why, Michael? Would you just sell your PlayStation? Why wouldn't you just keep it?
Why? Why should I keep it when I just play? Once everything goes day and day, I can play it.
Don't tell me I want it on this motherfucker.
My PC, Brennan, is hooked to my TV, just like my PlayStation's hooked to my TV.
You on this shit still?
Okay.
You still on this shit?
Okay, so why, when everything's... Brandon, why do I need a PlayStation 6?
Why do you need a PC?
We're not talking about like PlayStation 6, but for PlayStation 5,
why do you need
if
a PC?
it came day and date, why would you just go up and just sell your PlayStation 5?
Mikey, why
Before we even go there, Big Clown, again.
What's up, Big Clown? Welcome to the show. We are live. What's up, Big Clown?
The next game that comes, we'll say Stellar Blade's going day and day. If not, I'm going to buy it on PC instead of PlayStation 5.
No,
Why buy it on PlayStation?
Why?
Because I'm going to play it on PC.
I thought you said you were game sharing. You said you were game sharing. You were going to get it.
There's no point in game sharing.
One hit a quitter.
No point in game sharing for me. I'll just buy everything on PC. I can afford
Wait, but you said the whole point of PlayStation was because what they offer, like game share and stuff, right?
Yeah, like I said, but I mean, I'll just buy it on PC. I don't have to game share. I only game share to save a few bucks.
Okay, but still, to me,
motherfucker, you still had to do that.
Is my preferred console, so I'm just still gonna play on my PlayStation.
That's you.
Remember when I asked Big Mike? I said, Big Mike, what are you buying Sifu on? And he said PlayStation. And I said, why? He said, because my friends. And I said, wait a minute, isn't that a single player game? He said, well, they might add multiplayer in the future. And I'm thinking, huh? For Sifu? And he was like, yeah, that's why I'm buying on PlayStation as a dude.
I said, maybe. I don't know.
I said, what the fuck? Why didn't you just get it for your PC? He was like, dude, I'm buying it for my Sony because my friends, and they may add multiplayer soon.
I said, maybe. I did say maybe. I did say that. I said maybe they would. You don't know that.
Okay, but that defeats your own argument. When you're saying you're going to sell that defeats your own argument.
And
they did
if you get rid of your PlayStation, everything that your game share buddy, he'll lose everything.
You're fucking him over too.
No, he doesn't.
If you deactivate your system,
everything you
I'm
share
not deactivating my account. I'm not deactivating my account.
You won't be able to do that on PC though. That's what I'm saying.
I understand that, but he still has access to my games. Just like
you don't have a Sony account without having the system.
I'll still have my Sony account. I'll still play on my Sony account. Just like
you won't be able to play. You won't be able to play them on PC. You have to actually get the PC version. You know that, right?
I understand it. Yes, I understand it. Like I just had to have my Sony account to play Helldivers. You know, like you guys, like you did one on PC. You had to have your Sony account to play Helldivers.
So Big Cloud, this is what we were talking. Sean Layden did an interview.
I don't know why we're
so Sean Layden did an interview, and he was talking, and I have it pulled up here in chat so you can kind of read it too. And they asked him straight out about exclusivity and all the shit that's going on. This is like a day ago when they talked to Sean Layden, and he straight up said exclusivity has been an Achilles heel for Sony since PlayStation 1. He laid it out. He said that games cost $200 million and they only sell 1.3 million copies. And he was like, but we're looking for 17 million copies.
He said on Barry's show, and Barry's show too, that can I fucking talk?
No.
He said on Barry for some show that what he said that he doesn't think exclusive would go day and date, blah blah, but he didn't say that it's not a fucking guarantee. Number one as well. And the thing is too, this is a new leadership. This is a new situation.
Right. He's not even in the leadership. He's not
His old practices, his old policies worked for a time. This is a time where Sony's flat out saying they're not making the money that they need. And they flat out told you they want to continue making these AAA budget, crazy cinematic movie like budget film like games, which start at least at $200 million. And the thing about $200 million, and Sean mentioned this on their podcast, that the problem is that people are not buying those games. And so that's what brings us to day and date. You see, first party games being launched years later, you're not getting the full spectrum of the results of that game. Why? Because you got to put more money into relaunching.
You got to remarket it. You got to remarket everything.
Day and date, the pool is already open. When you strike, that's why they say strike when the iron is hot. When it's available day one, and the market, and let's say PlayStation this little box here. If you release the day one in the PlayStation box, right, there's a select amount of return on investment you're going to get, especially because you're playing Russian roulette, it feels like, when you're playing with these games going into this box. Some games end up doing 10, 15 million units in the platform. Some do 5, 4, and then there are other weird cases where some do 100,000.
Yep.
Right.
And mind you, 100,000 units sold, and mind you, these games are $70 a pop, is not enough at all.
Definitely not enough.
2 million units is not enough. A lot of you might say it's profitable. Like Insomniac says, Ratchet & Clank was profitable on PlayStation. Sure. But the difference between being profitable and being successful. That is why there is a big gap. If you look at their launch lineup of games that was shown in the leak, notice how it's all Marvel-based characters.
Yep.
And then years later, you see another Ratchet.
See?
If the game would have sold well, you would have Ratchet first, then a Marvel project, then the other ones going forward. The thing is, it wasn't there. That's what I'm talking about, return on investment. When games were launched on PC, Sony was surprised they got a 99% return on investment, especially when their games came out later. They're going to get that same thing with Ghost of Tsushima. Why? Because that game has been well received. But now they're really looking at it. Helldivers, a lot of people are just sleeping on this, and they're not paying attention.
They're not paying attention. It's
Helldivers is a prime example of why. I've seen people even damage on bringing up, well, UK numbers show that PlayStation players are more than PC. That's UK. We're talking about US. US is a different story. That's why there is such a peak, and the game has to be constantly updated on PC.
Yep.
It's going to be there. The PlayStation is a box like this. PC on top of that, you've opened it up like this.
Did you know how many more people have PC? Because they have it more than just gaming. It's more than just that.
Day and date will happen sooner than you think. And the reason why I say it will happen sooner than you think is because, especially what Herman Ho's saying, especially Hiroki Totoki
straight out said, fuck you.
Is all in with Jim Ryan's idea of putting it on other platforms. But he wants to be more aggressive with it. If you look at the backlog, Mike, of games that we don't have on PC right now, Bloodborne, GT7,
Demon Souls. Yep.
That's all we got.
That's
after
left.
those games and the backlog are done. Let's go by the leaks. That was Insomniac. If you look at the leaks of Insomniac, they flat out said in the email, all it takes is a tweet to Nixus or a message to email to Nixus, and our port is ready for PC. Especially if they go the day and date route.
Facts.
They flat out said
why do you think they bought Nixus? They didn't buy Nixus to do games 2-3 years at a time. There's no point.
A lot of people are like, oh, it's going to cost them more money because it's taking so long with these ports. Well, there's a difference. They're doing it a different route because they're trying to appease the vocal minority.
I see that, Frozen.
They're trying to appease the vocal minority. You see, they put money into going all out and get these games later. They're trying to do all these extra bells and whistles. But now you got a PS5 Pro. Now they don't have to do as much stuff. Think about that. You about to have a new piece of hardware that's more capable than PS5. They don't have to do a lot of the stuff that you're seeing now, the tweaking and all this stuff to go to P. They really don't. It's already ready to go. They're already primed for it. Once those last 3 games are done, you're going to see day and date sooner than you think. It's going to happen. You can say 5 years. I think that's okay. 5 years. You can say 4 years. You can say 3. I think it's sooner. At the way they're losing money.
I think it's in 1 or 2 years. I think 1 to 2 years.
1 or 2 years. Yeah.
I think 1 to 2 years. I think the next iteration of these games are going to be day and date. Honestly, I mean, like,
it's already here. We got Helldivers.
Yeah,
it's already here.
Helldivers day and date. And if we talk about, a lot of people saying third party, Marathon is owned by PlayStation because they own Bungie. Marathon is on Xbox, PC, and PlayStation. That's going to be launching on both.
And the crazy thing about it is Final Fantasy, Square Enix put out their numbers for Final Fantasy. And honestly, it's kind of weird with Square Enix because they always overdo their shit. But they said they're not doing good. They're not doing good with sales for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. And we know why.
And you got
because they put it on that one box.
And not just that, though. You also got to take into account, too, the cost of games.
Yes.
How many games do we have this month, y'all? Dragon's Dogma. We got Stellar Blade. We just had Final Fantasy. We just had WWE 2K, whatever, right?
Yep.
All these games are $70 a piece. And here's the funny thing.
And I ain't got that money, Big Cloud. I ain't got that money.
So you say that now, but the dudes that try to jump into this ring and act like, oh, I'm happy to pay $100 for the games. Let me tell you something. You think one game not getting supported is bad enough? It's going to be a plethora of games that won't get supported at $100.
Not 100.
Especially when games launch buggy. Especially when a lot of games launch incomplete. Especially when a lot of games have more egregious ways to milk you for more money than you're worth. Think about it. Look at EA. EA's had 2 bangers back to back with the Star Wars license. Jedi Survivor, Jedi Fallen Order. They have destroyed their reputation so much with the way they've been egregious with microtransactions and the way they played with their games that no one even wants to take them serious when it comes to their games. It's the reason why their games don't get acknowledged this much. Ubisoft has been a joke, and they're trying to get in the Star Wars license. That game looks good. We've all been hyped for it. But the thing is, I would not be surprised that game doesn't get his accolades. If it does well, I wouldn't be surprised. This is what I'm talking about, your reputation. Your reputation is everything. You ruin your reputation on top of asking for more money, you're putting a big-ass magnifying glass on everything. Like, I respect Sean, laying what he said, and he's a legend. But the thing about Sean, too, and he's talking about from an old business model. And I agree with his old business model, because I used to believe in that, too. But the way things are going, I care more about the survivability about the hobby. If what we're seeing, a lot of studios have closed. Sony just closed the studio.
Yeah,
and layoffs too.
Yep, Deviation. Yep.
They closed Deviation? Wait, they closed Deviation?
Yeah, it was just broken news today. They closed Deviation Games.
Deviation Games is gone?
It's done, dude.
Yep,
Oh, that was their Call of Duty equivalent studio.
Yes.
They also lost Sony London.
Yes, Sony London. Yep, I read about Sony.
I want you to understand
what
this.
about the layoffs? What about the layoffs, though? Layoffs was crazy.
Think about this. Like, a lot of people are not paying attention to this. Like, exclusives were good. Yes, they were good margin. We talked about them. We hyped them up. But they're no longer the real reason to buy a console anymore. It comes down to simplicity and just you not wanting to get into the PC ecosystem. That's all it is. And consoles will always have a purpose there. But as you guys are seeing, it ain't adding up. The math ain't mathing. It ain't mathing like you guys think it is. If they close down Deviation Studios and they just closed down Sony London, and mind you, they lost over $10 billion in stock.
If you,
I saw that $10 billion. That's a lot.
Sony is going through a lot, and they got to do a lot of rescheduling.
If you check your DMs there, Bickle, I just sent you the article by Jim.
I see it. Wow. I'm gonna do a video on that. But
Yeah,
if you look at this and you factor all this in, and a lot of people just hang on to buzzwords. Sean Layton doesn't work at PlayStation.
I tried to. This is Sean Layton speaking freely, because he said this mentality was always. He felt like exclusivity held them back to a certain point. He said back then, trying to build that fan base, exclusivity was important because they were trying to build a fan base for the PlayStation brand, right? But you know, you can only go so far with a fan base. Now you have to go to the public, and the public is a different beast. You got to offer stuff to them how they want.
You have to really learn how they tick. You got to like have games that are appealing. Number one, and they got that on pack. I think we all agree.
Some Sony games are amazing.
PlayStation games are amazing.
They're
so
amazing.
that's not the problem. That's not the problem.
It's
the
what
pricing.
you're off. Yeah, it's the pricing and how
is
you're
a
offering
big
it.
issue. And I said this, and you were there when I said this, Danny. I said, bro, what happens when you ask for 70? A magnifying glass and put on that game, and people start being extra. Look at Helldivers. Helldivers is $40 fucking dollars, and nobody batted an eyelash. Like, I got that in my pocket. Let's get that. And then Helldiver, you feel me? We all got $40 in our pocket. Palworld.
20 million copies.
No, again, that was a small game, though.
Wait. So you think Palworld is smaller than Helldivers?
I would say Palworld is definitely smaller than Helldivers.
It's a smaller team, but not a smaller game.
No. I'm talking about like team and what you're getting.
Yeah, you're talking about team. That's different. It's not a smaller game, though. It's a giant, massive open world game that's online. How is that smaller than Helldivers? Helldivers isn't even open world.
I'm talking about it probably costs smaller to make. That's one thing. It costs smaller to make.
Yes. There's
that's what I would say. When I said smaller,
you got a word. You can't. You're throwing up salad, and we
just like Helldivers. It probably was another game that probably cost $30-40 million to make. It didn't cost $1 million like God of War Ragnarok. It was a smaller title to make.
Look at Enshrouded. I mean, look at all these like smaller games that have come out that have dropped these past year.
A lot of people, and this is where it's killing me, and it's hilarious. They're like, oh, because remember, this has been the main thing that was like the big appeal of console gaming was these AAA budget games. Now these same people, because they don't want to lose the bragging right of an exclusive, they want that so bad. They're like, oh, I hate AAA budget games. It's like, bro, AA games ain't going to fix the problem.
Exactly.
The problem, here's why I say AA games won't fix the problem, because a lot of these AA games, we get them on a daily basis. They're called indies. A lot of these AA games don't hit.
That's what I'm trying to tell Big Mike when he said that PlayStation should focus on smaller games.
No, I agree with him to an extent. I do think games.
But he was saying that.
But
yes, that was my point. Was like, that's not enough. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, that's not enough. Like they're gonna have to change their whole philosophy on certain things, and that's what Sean Layden was saying.
Like Sony would have to flat out do.
He just hate it. He said
Sony would flat out have to do a Nintendo and go kind of like back to like the PS4 starter generation.
Yeah, exactly.
Remember how it was the indie station? Yeah, you're gonna have to see a lot of PlayStation hard indies type of titles on PlayStation type of thing. But the thing is, you have options to play those aside from PlayStation. You got Game Pass. Game Pass has been a home for a lot of support.
Look at Bray. Bray's going to be angry. Big Cloud, he said, let me guess, PlayStation is day one PC and everybody is wrong except PC gamers. See here, it's not about being a PC gamer, right? It's about understanding industry. It has nothing to do with PC gaming. You know why? I'll say this. It does involve PC gamers because it breaks the stigma that PC gamers just steal games. Because if that was the case, then this wouldn't be a market for anybody.
Where did that even come from?
Well, you know where it came from? It came from a bunch of fanboy bullshit.
Fanboys, because a bunch of fanboys. So basically, this is how it is. Like, and the same thing goes for the weirdos that go, oh, all PC gamers mod and put new mods on all their games. When they see like a little file, like you know, like they got the community tab, it will say mods. And like it will show like the funny thing is these dickheads expose themselves because it flat out tells you who fucking downloaded the mod or how many people downloaded.
Exactly.
So if a game sold, let's say 20 million, so 20 million people had this game, and let's say 10 million are playing it, it would say 500 people have the mod.
Yeah,
and they're like, oh, see,
like 1,000 people download. Yeah.
All these people got. I'm like, motherfucker. 500 or 1,000 out of millions ain't shit. Number one, but that's what they say, and they'll say pirate games. See, guys, it says that the PC community only got a 99.9% return on investment because of the pirate. That's 1 fucking percent. You know how little that 1% is? People who pirate their games. The PC community ain't no fucking snobs or fucking they will buy and support what the fuck they like. That's why they've always stood on that ground. If they didn't believe in something, they wouldn't buy it.
Big Cloud, it was 250% return. It was 200 and listen. If it was 249% return on investment, and let's say they went to the investor and said, you know what, 1% of the people pirated, but we got 249% return on the investment. You think the investors are going to go, oh, fuck, don't put it on PC, man.
Holy shit.
We don't want to get our money back times 3. We want it times 3.1. Yeah.
They're too busy looking at the zeros in their bank account. That's how much money they brought in. That's how many zeros they brought into their bank account when you got return investment of that magnitude in terms of percentage. So the problem is, though, people just don't pay attention. And again, I get it. Y'all want to fight. Y'all want to argue. Y'all think this, that, and third. Y'all think Sony really cares about this, that, and third. Sony, I say this all the time, and I'm a diehard PlayStation dude. You know, Blaze was trying to bust my chops yesterday. Thought I'd make like, you just come home, bro. I never left home. The thing is, I never left home, right? I'm still in PlayStation, but I went and upgraded my house. I got a new house. I ain't leave home, but I got a new house. You feel me? My new house, I got more freedom. I got more room. So that's how I look at the situation.
Hold on. I'd like to add something to that too as well. Like, people have to realize your favorites are gonna make mistakes, right? And you need to be able to call them out on their shit. You can't just yes men, everything. That's the problem with the industry right now. It's way too many motherfucking yes men just accepting any fucking scraps they give you, as long as it says PlayStation or fucking Xbox or fucking Nintendo. Y'all don't give a shit. If it's got that label on it, oh golly, thank you, sir. Stop this shit. Stop it.
May I ask
I have something to ask you.
Go ahead, Brandon. Go ahead, Brandon.
So another thing that they asked him in this interview was, about the live service on PlayStation. You had to pay to play online, and with PlayStation Plus, and if you go to PC,
you ain't gotta
do that. Why can't we do that on PlayStation? I can connect to the Wi-Fi, so why isn't that good enough?
These are facts.
Sean Layden said that, listen, man, he doesn't work at Sony anymore. So he's like, he doesn't have to be doesn't have to be, hold back his candidness on it. He can be, he can kind of let loose a little bit and let his known philosophies are. And it's just interesting that he even kind of thought about it back in the day. He just, now, since it's changed, what, those things that popped up in his mind back in the day is coming true. He's like, we should have, he felt like Sony should have made more of an action towards it, instead of just kind of continuing the same philosophy from the old PS1 days. Because he said, this ain't the same, this industry isn't the same like it was 20 years ago, 30 years ago, right? We're looking at DLCs, we're looking at live service games being forced. And we'll get into that with WWE games a little later, which is preposterous. But there's all these things that are changing. First of all, PC, like Bella said, PC. I think since about 2016, 27. All right, David. I think 2016, 2017 was when it really started to kind of like, okay, folks are buying graphics cards, because that was like 1080 and the 2000 series, and when those started coming out, it made it kind of a viable option as far as power. It was like, these things are every game that's out on console right now is running ridiculous on PC. People are talking about the frames and the fidelity and all these widescreen support and all these things that are not a thing, on the home console market. And so when that started getting bigger, and it started going from, maybe a modest 20 million people having, because, you also got to account for like people working and stuff like that to have computers, right? To go into, 50 million people own a PC, to now 100 million, 200 million, 300 million, to now almost 500 million people own PCs. I know people don't think that this is that many people have PCs, but think about it. PCs are not just for gaming. So that install base is too ridiculous to pass up. You can't say, hey, I want to put my game on a platform that has 500 million people on it. And you go to the investor and says, we don't want to do that because Mike loses his value. Right? That because you said it.
I'm sorry.
It's just crazy. It's just crazy. When you hear it out loud, it sounds insane to go to your investors and say, Mike's value usurps our install base for 500 million people. Right? That's just crazy to me that people to have that mentality.
Let's get back into this, okay? We move past me. Don't keep moving into this.
I do want to throw a little fun there. Mike, you talk about my value. They gave you phone stars. Is that value?
I didn't play it. I did not play it.
Is that value though? Destruction all
and with value? You not buying it and playing it, you actually set the value of Sony's whole progress down.
I had no interest in phone stars.
You didn't give them any profit. You also shit posted about it on Twitter. So you made sure the game didn't get successful. So you took money out of Sony's pocket.
Let's take that now. You said you saw no interest in it, right? But you championed exclusives. Now here's the thing. What you don't champion, what you don't like, someone else would like on another platform.
And that's more power to them. Like I said, more power to them.
They should focus on smaller games. Isn't Phone Stars smaller?
Definitely, yeah.
It is a smaller game, but like I said, it just didn't interest me. Like I said, I played the demo. I didn't like it. Like I said, it's a smaller game. Like I said, I moved on and I
This
didn't like it.
man.
I mean, I don't know why you're laughing. I'm just being honest. I'm speaking from the heart.
Man, listen.
I'm speaking from my point. My point.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Like I said, some people may not agree with what I say, but it is what it is.
Okay.
It's just like what we said today. No coping. Let me ask you, Big Cloud.
It is okay. We don't always get our way. It's up on that go.
This motherfucker stupid as fuck, man.
Let me
Start with that and go from there. You can't always win, but don't start inhaling too much of that opium.
This is what we're doing for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
What's up, King Midas? What's cracking?
Are you done
Is
there?
it when I
Are
come
you done
into
there, Big
Big
Bob?
Mike? What you saying? I know, King Midas. We already. welcome, man. For smoking, what's cracking, bro? What's up, man?
Now, Big Cloud, you said you listened. Did you listen to the whole Barty podcast? He already puts his headset on.
Huh? What's up?
Did you listen to the whole Barty podcast?
He said, lay
today?
down and stay down. Walk out the room. Braden said, lay down.
Yes,
Appreciate
no, maybe
that
so.
follow, King Midas.
Thank you for the
Appreciate
follow
it,
there,
bro.
King Midas.
Love you, man. Thank you, bro.
Much appreciated.
Appreciate you.
Thank you for following.
So let's do this. I'm
waiting for Big Cloud's answer.
Hold on. Before we do that, because I don't.
Because I had another question.
We've already spent too long on this topic.
You're gonna yeah. For a good
So
time.
I just wanted to say this will be the last question on this, and then we'll move on. Okay.
Yeah,
So
we can all dive
ask your question to Big Cloud, and then we'll move on.
I said we can all dive in if you want to, but
We're not all diving in. Big Cloud's the only one answering, then we're moving on. Okay.
All right. He also talked about Game Pass and everything else. He's saying that.
What the fuck does Game Pass
What does that
have
got to
do
do?
with
What does that got to
PlayStation?
do with PlayStation?
I already knew exactly.
That makes no
was you was gonna
sense.
go there. I knew you was gonna bring up Game Pass. Game Pass is a subscription service.
No, did you let me finish?
Go ahead.
No.
Go ahead, man.
I say Sean also
cover your nipples
talking.
going through your shirt.
You like my nipples? Here,
No,
you
they're
want me
going
to-
through- no. They're going to your shirt. No.
Those are depressing nipples.
He also talked about.
Those are nipples. Those are nipples.
He also talked about on that show today on What's Up podcast on What's Up PlayStation, where he was talking about Game Pass and saying how it devalues gaming itself, and where he said gamers need to buy their games. They don't need waiting.
I just said earlier,
They don't need to be waiting on these live service games like Game Pass and PlayStation Plus or Extra.
Okay. What live service does PlayStation have for their first party games?
I mean, they've been putting their games on, PS Plus, Extra, and Plus.
Even Brandon left. He just left. He took his shit. What you just said makes no goddamn sense.
Why are we talking about Game Pass and devaluing Xbox? We're like, what are we doing? Like, what the fuck? Why are we talking about Game Pass?
A lot of us subscribe to
Game Pass. How did we get
a lot of us subscribe to the subscription service.
We're talking about Plus. Plus don't got their first party games in it day and date.
They don't do the day and date, but they still put their games on. Some people wait for those games.
They pull 1 out of like 10 games a year. What are you talking about?
I'm trying to tell him, dude. He acts like PlayStation Plus is equivalent. It's not.
They don't put all their
That's
games
not
in
the same
PS
thing.
Plus. They put like
I know,
one. You might
Bray.
be lucky. You might be lucky.
Bray, I know. I'm with you, Bray. I'm with you, Bray.
Hold on, you might get 1 out of 10 in PlayStation Plus, and then like a year later, you might get one of those 10 that released last year into there. You don't get every single game in PlayStation Plus. They don't do that. When have they done that? You don't even have Ragnarok in PlayStation Plus.
Wait, what? What? Ragnarok's not there?
No,
It's not yet. It's not on there yet.
2018. It's not.
Some
It has
people-
not.
Wait, God of War 2018 isn't there? What?
God of War. Whoa. God of War 2018 was in PlayStation.
It's not-
Like,
No, it was in that PlayStation early thing when you got PS5
No,
early.
no,
Part of the
no,
first-party
no.
catalog games they gave you for free.
no. So Marvel Spider-Man was in PlayStation Plus as well before it became PlayStation Plus Extra in there for 1 month to play on PS
Wait,
Plus.
so
where the
just
fuck you
1
wanna go.
month? Just 1 month? It wasn't
I don't know how
there
long.
just for 1 month?
I don't know how long. It might have been like a month. It might have been 2.
That's not the same as Game Pass. Game Pass is literally there. It's like on the service.
But they also rotate their games out. Also,
Hold on.
but I'm talking about in general, where Sean said it. But these live service subscriptions like Game Pass, Ubisoft Plus, hurt the value of gaming. That we all should be buying, or not just be waiting for the game service to come.
You know what's crazy? When Sean says we should be buying our games, it sounds like Sony dudes didn't.
I buy my games.
It sounds like the same rhetoric I've been saying for the longest time. Get out of here.
I buy my games.
You said you don't. You said you game share. You didn't say you bought. You said you game share, right?
Oh, he went there.
I buy my games. I buy my games just as much as you do.
But between you and your game share partner, it's just one game, not two, right?
I buy a lot of games.
Mike,
sir.
You're not answering the question.
You're not answering the question. Between you and your game share buddy, instead of 2 copies, it's just 1, right?
Yes, at the time. Yes, when we do the game share, he buys one copy, I get a copy.
Let's just move on, dude. I don't even understand, like, how. Why don't you?
Again, you don't want to answer the question.
Well, listen. Why are we at Game Pass? Why are we talking about Game Pass? We're talking about.
I'm done.
We were talking about.
I'm talking about game industry. I mean.
Okay, Game Pass isn't game industry. Not everything's subscription service. Everything's subscription service.
Oh my god.
Wait. Are you saying that everything is subscription service? So everything PlayStation games are all day and day in the subscription service. Ubisoft's all the games in the subscription service. Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying, Mike? Yeah.
No, let's just move on. Like,
Mike. See, you done fucked up. You know, right?
I mean, you don't want a deflection. You don't want a deflection.
You don't fucked up, right?
You don't want a deflection. No, I didn't fuck up. You all want a deflection.
Wait. Well, how are we flexing? We're just doing an interview from Sean.
No, I didn't say flex. I didn't flex. I said deflecting. You're like, well, I don't like Game Pass in this.
I love that scene with Bill Duke. When Bill Duke sits there and says,
"Man, you fucked up.
You done fucked up, right?"
I didn't fuck up.
Okay. All right. Let's talk about something. Let's talk about something that we can all agree on. Okay. Let's go to our next topic.
Mike's the dummy.
Let's talk about sex.
Warner Brothers.
Mike, you don't get sex. We can't agree on it. You don't get it.
Warner Brothers. Now we're talking about somebody who literally is making the most dumbfounded decision in human history. Warner Brothers. So Warner Brothers says they're not doing story content. They're not going to do it in AAA games like Batman again. They're going to concentrate more on live service games. Said live service games are their focus on moving forward. How, Sway? Suicide Squad came out and it was an absolute disappointment. Okay. Dude, there's 25 people playing right now on Steam. What? Like, I don't. I'm
sorry. I thought the game was good, and people were just throwing smoke out there, or just throwing shade out there. Throwing shade. Listen,
that's crazy.
It's funny. I platinum WB. I platinum Gotham Knights. I hated the game, but I platinumed the damn game. Why? I had it early. I said, "Fuck it." Why not get on the leaderboards? I just beat it. It's not a bad game to that extent where you can't just go play it.
Right, it's just not a great game.
It wasn't perfect at launch. Like, it was a lot of issues, performance issues. The story was trash. Mine's been. There wasn't a lot going on with the combat, etc., etc. But looking back, but it's funny though. Looking back at that. Foundation wise, that's more of a Batman game in its essence, or more of a Rocksteady close game compared to this shit that we got with Suicide Squad.
See,
and mind you, these are superheroes that we have seen in movies, comics, every form of media known to man. that have
Hey, Big
deflected
Cloud.
bullets and have not been affected by bullets. How the
Hey.
fuck is Suicide Squad
Hey,
even?
Big Cloud.
It's a shooter.
I have a question for you. So, in the movies and all that stuff, did you ever see Harley Quinn swinging like Spider-Man?
You know what I also didn't see? I didn't see Harley Quinn hold a fucking gun to Batman's temple and pull the trigger and kill him. You know what I also didn't see? You know what I also didn't see in media? I didn't see fucking Boomerang. You know who's Boomerang? Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, nobody knows about Boomerang. But I didn't see Boomerang fucking piss on Flash.
That's so crazy.
I also didn't see him use a gun either. I also didn't see him use a gun either. I thought he was Boomerang.
I didn't see King Shark in the history of cinema. Yeah, I never once seen in the history of cinema. This is how you know the writing's garbage and these motherfuckers didn't know shit about Green Lantern. If you guys remember, when a lantern dies, the ring flies away to another fellow.
Right.
Yeah.
This motherfucker takes off Lantern's freaking finger, puts it on his pinky, gets the suit, and is flying.
Dude,
That's literally
like that.
Yeah, that's literally the equivalence of just anybody picking up Thor's hammer. It just doesn't work.
Exactly.
They would have had a point. They would have had a point if it was Sinestro.
Okay, because
Sinestro is about chaos.
Yes.
Yeah. That would make sense.
Misery. That's how the Sinestro Corps is. What you said? What, Mike? That's how the Sinestro Corps is. The ring of a Sinestro Corps is all about instilling fear.
Yep. And I could see that happening with King Shark, right?
Yeah, he's a mutant. Yeah, he's a mutant. It makes sense.
It makes sense.
By itself. Yeah, it makes sense.
There's just a lot that Suicide Squad did that was an utter failure.
Oh, my personal favorite. Mind you, these motherfuckers are not shooting kryptonite bullets, right? So how the fuck is Superman taking damage from bullets?
Superman taking damage. The Flash, first of all, the Flash can beat Suicide Squad by himself.
He's done it already.
Yes, I'm saying. This
This
is the reason why they got caught up in the first place. This is the reason why they got into prison and was caught up, because they got beat by the counterparts thereof, right? Like, it was a weird dynamic. And then for Rocksteady, for them to say, you know what, we're gonna double down on this. Hey, the unsuccessfulness of Suicide Squad opened our eyes, and now we want to double down on live service games. I don't fucking understand why here. Because it ain't a money thing, right? It can't be about the money, because they're not making it. You're not going to make money off of microtransactions if you have 20 people playing currently. You're not making money. So I don't know what it is. Go ahead, Big Mike.
I'll say, one, you can't blame Rocksteady for the Suicide Squads. That's not their fault.
Oh, what up, the Sly Crow? I see you.
Sure. The reason why for Suicide Squad's story you have to blame Sweet Baby Inc. is everybody's pointing fingers at.
Hold on, Mike. I'm gonna stop you right there. Okay. So that's a different conversation. I'm not gonna let you get into how you support wokeness and all that stuff. And
hold on, I don't support wokeness. Don't even point that at me.
Hold on. I'm not talking about in that sense. I'm talking about using it in the wrong way.
Oh, I'm just saying.
And how you don't like how they put women and black people in games. I know you that type of dude. You don't. You like. You want white men only. I get it in your games.
I never said that. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. What is the story behind that?
Hold on. But Sweet, you cannot, first of all, blame them for Suicide Squad, because what they did on the game had nothing to do with the story. So
they wrote the story for Suicide Squad.
It was about their employees, right? And it was like a women's, it was about Women's Month. And it was so, first of all, stop right there. Second.
Can I get a little context?
Hold on.
What happened?
Hold on. So Mike said that we can't blame Warner Brothers and Rocksteady for Suicide Squad. We have to blame Sweet Baby Inc. And I'm telling him, I don't want him to go.
What are they? Who are
Sweet Baby Inc. is supposed to be a consulting firm that the gaming industry use when they want to make sure they don't say something racist or this and that. But the issue is secretly, Sweet Baby Inc. is kind of tragic. They definitely do a lot of, like, when they say, they're the ones that'll say, oh, no, that's not racist. But then you look at somebody kind of looking like Mr. Popo. And, you know, and it's like, whoa, we got blackface. How did, you know, you always ask the question, how did this get past this, right? How did this get
Akira Toriyama, and we just lost him.
Exactly. So we have to be careful when we're saying blaming one for the other. No, because first of all, if they did have a hand in what Suicide Squad was doing, right? There would be, first of all, no killing, right? There would be way more diversity in the story, right? And there will also be kind of a, I don't know, like a pigeonhole for certain subjects within the story that seems out of place, right? Like, say, all of a sudden Flash is a disabled person that is in a wheelchair, right?
Yeah, bro, that's
like this is what, so we cannot, and I refuse to put that shit out here on our show, because that is false. We cannot blame Sweet Baby Inc. for shit when it comes to Suicide Squad, WB, and Rocksteady. They have nothing.
They have their own problems.
Right, they have their own problems. Yes.
They add fuel to the fire, but they have their own particular problem.
Yes.
That's why, like, as a company, they're not anything.
They're not in it.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Go, I just want to make sure, because I'm a little lost, just a tiny bit.
Yes.
So Sweet Baby, are these like? So let me go back. So is the situation where they're saying this company made the story too woke and that's why it died? Is that what?
No.
Okay.
No. That's where Big Mike was kind of going. He wasn't saying that the story was woke, but he was trying to say that there were things that Sweet Baby instituted in the game that destroyed it. And I'm trying to say they didn't even consult them in that way for the game. It had nothing to do with the development of the story.
Or the lead writer, however, is with Sweet Baby Inc. But she's been on a blocking spree.
Exactly.
At this. She's with them. She left, obviously, Rocksteady after the game or whatever flopped.
Yes.
And she went to Sweet Baby Inc. And she has been like on a sense of just damage control and trying to get away from any negativity.
Exactly.
She blocked me. She blocked me,
right.
David. I wasn't even negative. She blocked me after I followed her.
But like I said, when Rocksteady and WB consulted with Sweet Baby Inc., it had nothing to do with the game. It had something to do with like a diversity segment for Women's Month, for Women's Month, and they were trying to figure it out on how to present this within a digital format. And they consulted Sweet Baby Inc. to figure out, is this the right way to present something like this that is associated with women? It had nothing to do with the actual game Suicide Squad.
I want to ask a question.
Yes.
So this was a scenario where there was a story about this particular group.
Yes.
And the story about this particular group, they said was part of the reason why.
Suicide
Squad failed.
This story is about WB doubling down on live service.
No, that I get. I'm saying
Big Mike was talking about. Big Mike personally was saying he wants to blame Sweet Baby Inc.
I wasn't personally saying that's what everybody's saying.
I was trying to
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that at all. Only thing I've seen was that WB failing hard by saying they wanted to double down on live service, and this is the reason why Suicide Squad got brought back up, because they're trying to say that Suicide Squad was an utter failure. Big Mike is saying, outside of the context of the story that I'm trying to cover, is that the story about Suicide Squad failing was because of Sweet Baby Inc. So he went too many degrees of separation behind the story that I'm trying to present. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, it was one of those internet stories.
Exactly. Because here's the thing, Sweet Baby Inc. is going viral right now because they're trying to say that Sweet Baby Inc. is the woke company, right? And David, I know you hate that.
Now this is what I was trying to say.
So they're trying to say that Sweet Baby Inc. is the consulting firm who is quote unquote woke, and they're the ones that these game companies consult when they say, is this racist, right? But the viralness of it, and this is where people think they got a gotcha moment, right? Is that Sweet Baby Inc. actually is kind of racist, because when they allow certain things, right? Like when you say, damn, how did this get past the like QA people, right? You know how we always ask that question? Like, remember when they were first talking about Forspoken, right? And remember when they came out and they were like, it's a black girl from the hood with an attitude who knows about prison. Remember that? And they were like head snaking, and they were saying that this was going to be the character, right? And so supposedly they consulted with Sweet Baby Inc. And we're kind of getting off topic, but I just want David, so David understands what it is, because I know you're asking.
Well, because what I wanted to know, I guess the base of my question. I want to refine that question. So I know I heard the two stories. I know the one that you're talking about.
Yes.
I think I was trying to see if Big Mike was saying the story that he heard was the correct story. Besides this,
no,
one, is that
he's saying the reason why? Yeah, he was just saying that the story
he was
that he
saying
heard,
the blame
Sweet
shouldn't
Baby
be
Inc.
WB.
was the reason why Suicide Squad failed. Was because the story was destroyed by Sweet Baby Inc., which is not the case. Is what I'm saying.
That's what I wanted to get
right.
clarity.
Right. I'm saying they had nothing to do with the game. It had nothing. You can't blame them.
That's what I wanted to know, because I wanted to know. So he was saying that this particular story is saying WB is being ridiculous, which I believe, and he was saying a story that he read online was saying no, it was Sweet Baby Inc.'s problem.
No, he's saying he just was adding to the story.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Right. But
he was saying they were part of the reason why they failed, right? He was saying Sweet Baby.
He was just adding context to the reason why I was saying they were failing. But I'm trying to stop him in his tracks, because we don't do false narratives. You see what I'm saying? So I don't want Sweet Baby Inc. to even be approached or blamed when it comes to the failure of Suicide Squad. Okay, that's what I don't want. We don't want to give I'm killing that like right now, and we're going to continue with the story as is. So WB wants to double down on live service. Now WB does have games coming out. Wonder Woman's coming out. They plan on developing that. That's going to have live service things.
EA Motive is doing. EA Montreal is doing Wonder Woman, and EA Motive was doing a Black Panther game.
Yeah, I know they're doing Black Panther, which EA doing it. I don't know. Lately, they've been kind of leaning away from a lot of like livey things, right?
Because
like,
they failed. They pissed on a license so much with Star Wars. Like Star Wars is the biggest cash cow they fucked up.
I think there's sports stuff they're still gonna go full on bullshit you on. But I think they're starting to kind of go, you know what? Like look at EA Outlaws. Look at Star Wars Outlaws, right?
All respectful licenses like Star Wars.
Star Wars Outlaws look spectacular. Right. It is a single. They already said it's a single player, like open planetary type Star Wars, like not a Grand Theft Auto type game, because they want you to, it's going to be like Grand Theft Auto. You're going to be a scoundrel. You're not doing good. You're not doing that much good. You know what I'm saying? You may end up, you always have those stories where you do kind of end up good, even though you're a scoundrel, but somehow your shit still does something positive, right? So that could be the case for that story. But WB, with all these rights for these games and their head, this is where it gets tragic, because they're trying to double down on online service, live service games. And they did not pay attention to the utter failure that is Suicide Squad. And it's wild that they would point to that, because they actually pointed to that, using that as a reference to why they want to start focusing on live service. And I just didn't understand that philosophy. I didn't understand that. So David, let me ask you, does that make sense? I mean, like WB saying, hey, we're going to double down on live service, and we're going to, and in their quote example, Suicide Squad was one of the ventures that they decided to be 100% all in. So what do you think about all that, dude?
Well, I mean, the thing that I what I'm worried about is 6 months from now, we're hearing more layoffs. That's the part that I'm really worried about, is that they're going to try and invest more into these kind of live service games, and it's just not going to make it. I mean, and I think it's just bluster now. I don't think their statement is going to hold up here a couple of years from now. I think they're just talking, but I honestly think they're not going to continue it. I think it's going to hit a fever pitch, and their company is going to go down unless they do big ass layoffs and calm the live service crap down. I mean, it's a shame. I mean, I hate to see a company do this to their employees and stuff like that. I mean, WB used to be somewhat reputable, but now it's kind of tragic to see how this happens. And I don't like that, because I like people who are employed. I want them to keep their money. I want the devs to shine and be able to express their creativity. But it is kind of bad. I mean, this is a bad move on WB. If they're serious about truly doing this, and they're going to really forego doing single player games and go straight to these crapula internet games, well, sends out prayers to the employees, man. I really hope they I hope they can keep their applications and their resumes up to date, just in case. Big Mike,
yo,
do you agree with this? Like, I mean, WB saying they're doubling down on live service. Like,
I think it's bad. I think they should focus maybe like a mix. Work a little bit on live service. Focus on some single player games. Do a little both.
Mike, would you pay $70 for a sequel to Suicide Squad?
No.
Yeah, he wouldn't.
No, it wouldn't. Here we go.
Yeah, he would.
But I like the story of the Suicide Squad. I thought it was good, but the gameplay, it was mid. It was very mid.
Exactly.
The story was not. The story's not enough to hold that game to be $70 alone.
So you like the story?
I did like the story. I thought the story was interesting. It kept me wanting.
David is piecing this shit together. Look at this.
You like mid, dude. They want to say something, but he can't say
it. Dude, that shit is hilarious to me, man.
He lying shit.
No, he even said himself. Dave did. I don't have the recording. He said the story, but the gameplay was ass. He did say $70. I didn't say it was worth $70.
No, he didn't say. Big Mike didn't say.
See?
No, wait a minute, Big Mike. The reason why I did that look, because if I'm not mistaken, we had this conversation before, and I remember me, Brandon, and Danny were saying we were not going to buy the game.
And that's fine.
You said you were going to buy the game, and you said the story alone was worth that price. Dude.
Oh, that's right. He did say that. He fucking said that. That's right. He did say that.
I could be wrong, but I could have sworn we had that conversation.
Delete it.
You didn't fucked up, did you?
I don't know. Maybe.
Mikey.
Listen,
he got you.
I did enjoy the story. I did enjoy the story, but again, like I said, after playing it and beating it, yes, it was definitely mid. The gameplay was mid.
I'm worried about layoffs. That's why I'm worried about it. Because it's not enough people that will be foolish enough to buy $70.
I just want everybody to imagine WB paying another, because I know Suicide Squad costs money, right? Because
for sure.
Server bandwidth as well as the fidelity. I'm every bit of 200 million, right? Let's just say
definitely a cash grab as well.
Let's just say 200 million, right? And they put out a part 2. Okay, let's say Suicide Squad 2, another online game, is $70, and say it only sells like 50,000 copies. What do you think will happen to WB and Rocksteady?
What up, the Crow?
They're done.
I think they need to go back to making.
We just need to think about that, right? Yeah, I'm with you, Mike. I hear you. Listen, the bread and butter for Rocksteady is the narrative-driven, super engrossing, like making you feel like you're actually Batman or Superman or whatever.
I would love to have a single-player Superman game, or weren't they supposed to be working on a Wonder Woman?
I'll take Green Lantern. I wish they would have worked on Black Panther. I wish it was them.
No,
I wish
no,
it was
Here's
them.
why.
I
don't
Danny
think
said,
so.
I think
This
the
team-
Wonder Woman game. Danny
Yep.
said it was live service, didn't he?
Yes,
that's
live,
live.
yes, it's live. It's confirmed. Now, how do we make Wonder Woman live service? What
By
is it going to be
doing
like
this in
1,000
these
Wonder
streets,
Women just running around in a group? We can get 6 Wonder
They
Women
sell
to
weapons.
fight. Like,
They gonna sell you weapons. They're gonna have like a legendary and type of scenario with the weapons. They're
so
gonna
like
drop
a loot, so like a looter brawler, right?
Yes.
Because I know she's not
Yes.
going to get a pistol. They're not
Yeah,
going to
but
give
armor
Wonder Woman a
pieces-
pistol.
I can
man.
see it.
They
She
can
beats
sell
a
you
foe
armor
and then she goes
pieces
to
and stuff
Themyscira.
like that. Yeah.
Right, like she beats a foe and she goes to Themyscira to have the weapon crafted. You need materials, and they drop material to give you the chance of getting you a legendary weapon. Damn, I'm good. Look at me piece this shit together. That's crazy.
Here's why I need to ban Big Cloud, because he just gave them the idea, and now I got to ban Big Cloud for the motherfucking server.
Yeah, now we got
Here's a funny thing. I want y'all to realize this too, though. And I mentioned this, and this is what got me blocked by Miss Amy, who now is with Sweet Baby or Sweet Ink, whatever.
Yeah.
Baby Ink.
But she was the creator. She was the main writer for the garbage story that Mikey got caught in 4K capping for Suicide Squad. But she left, and she went on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Went there and she blocked me on Twitter because I made this tweet because I found this out before it even went out there in like news, because I was like, damn, I was told by a few people that we could have gotten this, but we could have. It was on the table of either getting Suicide Squad. I want y'all to sit down for this. On the table was Suicide Squad or Batman Beyond. They turned down Batman Beyond for this. Batman Beyond would have sold
Bella,
everybody by the
imagine
name title alone. We would have
Imagine
bought it.
Batman Beyond done like the Arkham games.
And I said this before.
Orgasm.
Mind you, here's the crazy
activated.
thing. Here's the crazy thing. They wouldn't even have to go like let's say the team is not on the same level, hypothetically, as the OG team of Rocksteady, right? You know what you could have done? Capture the aesthetic of the original animated style. Go that route. Make it open world.
What kind of like
I
that, like that
would've been
20
all
FPS
in.
kind of like stop motion kind of look?
And mind you,
Dude,
yes. And mind you, this was Kevin Conroy's final portrayal. Wouldn't it make more sense him being the older Bruce Wayne? as his final
Right,
portrayal?
and we got cooked, you guys. We got cooked. It's just it
Could
is
you
what it is.
imagine
When it
Kevin
makes
Conroy's
sense?
last role as
got
actual
one more
Bruce Wayne,
Old Bruce Wayne, like he
leading
did
McGinnis
the
dude,
future. And guess what? Here's your out. If he passed away, which he did, rest in peace, right? But guess I remember in the TV show, but also in the films, who was basically the second mentor for Terry McGinnis. Who was it, Bella? Barbara Gordon.
Yep, Gordon.
You bring Barbara Gordon.
Because you
Yeah,
could go part two. Yeah, because you could have Batman
Now-
Beyond 2, the game,
Right.
with Barbara Gordon as the mentor. Yeah, and you know, because she
Now
would know.
they're in a
yeah.
situation where they have no idea what to do. You see, the thing is, there's only one voice for Batman, and that's Kevin Conroy, the OG. There's only one person that all of us would accept as the older Bruce Wayne. That is Kevin fucking Conroy. He's gone.
Now,
You see what I'm saying?
I think they still could do Batman Beyond 2
I
if
think
they
they
did
could.
Barbara. They could do it with Barbara
Just let
Gordon, but
Michael
it
Keaton do it. Just like Michael Keaton do it. yeah.
actually Michael Keaton probably would be a good second runner-up. As far as for like I would probably say for voice of Bruce. Yeah, he could do it. I think he could absolutely do it. And plus,
he just had that dark and gritty voice like Kevin brought.
And I would even use his likeness. I would even use his likeness in the game. Because
that's what I'm saying. One for one shot. You take all the animations from the TV show.
Yes, sir.
They own that. You take all those animations. You take all those inspirations. Imagine some of these stories that we got in TV form as side missions. Y'all remember April Moon?
Yeah.
Do y'all remember the Rat King, the dude who was obsessed with Dana? Do y'all remember the Earth Mover?
Dude, the crazy part about that,
left by his family. Then the dude took his daughter, raised his daughter, but he became like he got mutated with the ground, and he was moving the ground. Like, come on, there's so many cool things. Or the Royal Flush Gang. The Royal Flush Gang was dope. 10 King Ace Jacks.
You could have did. You could have did
a lot
that.
of stuff you could have done.
You could have
and
did
also
that and had microtransactions.
Because remember, Mark Hamill said he was done. Hold on. Mark Hamill said he was done, though, right? So here's the thing: they could have built faith. They could have skipped all this. They could have built good faith. building so much intrigue and hype. Guess who would have came out of retirement one last time? Because guess what? He actually voiced his opinion about that. He loved coming back playing the Joker in Batman Beyond: Return of the Joker.
Yep.
You don't think Mark Hamill would have came back for Return of the Joker being redone in a sequel for a game?
Facts. He would have done it. He would have done it.
He would have done it. He would have done it.
He would have definitely done it if Kevin would have been part of it too, for sure.
Right. There was ideas that were scrapped from the original movie that were too dark for the actual movie. Imagine them bringing those ideas into like a sequel.
Let's get the bloodiness in, right?
Where the OG, where Bruce went to the gravesite where they buried Joker, and guess what? He finds a corpse that's made to look like Joker, let you know that it ain't the real Joker. But it's also the Joker. You know what I mean? Like it's twist. It's stuff they could have done, but we don't got it.
We don't have it. Now
that's insanity, and that it hurts even more to hear when WB says they're doubling down on live service, and it's like, and now we're talking Wonder Woman, right? We're saying, okay, Wonder Woman's the next game. It's going to be a live service game.
They say it's not.
You sure?
I have it right here. It says, now, however, Warner Brothers is keen to dispel the rumor coming to IG.net.
Your mic is cutting in and out.
Now, this is from Eurogamer.net. Now, however, Warner Brothers is keen to dispel the rumor confirming IGN that the upcoming adventure.
You're cutting out your mic.
No, what the hell are you doing to your mic? Turn it off.
Wait, what's wrong?
I'm not doing anything. It just could be Discord.
I think he's spiking out and his Discord.
Okay.
Do you see? Hold on, Big Mike. Do you see that gain knob on your? You should see a gain knob on there.
It should be on the actual mic.
Turn it down a little bit. Turn it down.
Is that better?
Turn it down a little more. Turn it down a little more. A little more.
Is that better?
Yeah, now talk.
Now talk.
All right, it says now, however, Warner Brothers is keen to dispel the.
Turn it down a little bit more. Turn it down.
Yeah, you turn it down a little more.
It's basically when your mic is too high, it peaks and then it spikes out.
And it cuts your audio altogether.
You gotta turn it down a little bit.
All right, it says now, however, Warner Brothers is keen to dispel the rumor, confirming to IGN that the upcoming adventure game was not being designed as a live service player action adventure game set in a dynamic open world.
Okay, good. Well, that's good to hear, right? That is good to hear. But then you hear that and you go, well, then how many resources are they pulling to that? And how many are they pulling to live service? That still scares me about Wonder Woman now. Now it's like, okay, good. Great. That means it's not like 8 Wonder Women running around collecting loot. Good. But now it sounds like
people making
it might
Wonder
not
Woman
have the support. You know what I'm saying? That's just what I'm worried about.
The people who are making Wonder Woman are supposed to be the ones that made Shadow of Mordor in the other game.
Okay, now Shadow of Mordor was fire to me. I thought that was fire to me. That means the combat should be good, right? That means the combat, in theory, if they did it, because they also did it like Arkham, like their combat is very similar to like the Arkham games, where it's like wide.
The only thing I didn't like was when you died by the one of the goblins. That goblin gained like level 50 or whatever.
Well, it only got to level 50 if you died 1,000 times. So that means you're telling us how many times you got wrecked.
It's called get good. The nemesis system is really about G.
Yeah, so that's the only thing I didn't like. That's the only thing I didn't like about Shadow.
Wow, you didn't like the nemesis system, man? That's
I hated that.
That was amazing. I love it.
The best part of Mordor was the nemesis system.
I hated
being able to be remembered for that ass whooping.
I dropped that game because of that.
Wow, because he didn't want that ass whooping remembered.
That's what it is.
Mike is such a bitch, man. You know what I'm saying? That was bitch mode activated right there, dude. You let pixel beef get you cooked, dude. That's crazy, man.
What you drinking?
Drinking coffee, bro.
I thought we said no sweets.
This ain't sweet. It's just black, bright, mellow coffee.
Turn it around. What does it say on the back?
15 calories. No sugars.
What does it say?
What do you mean? What does it say? I'm telling you.
Put it in the fucking camera where it shows the little grid.
He said he wasn't really checking.
You're in trouble, Michael.
I'm not. I've been drinking straight black coffee coffee, bro.
Put it close to the camera. Can't say it's like.
Oh my god.
It says right there, fucking sugar, asshole.
There is no sugar in it. How much sugar? 0 grams.
I don't know.
Bro, I've been watching what I buy.
All right, let's do this.
Don't eat
Let's
salad, bitch.
hashtag WB Games is fucking up. But let's move on to our last story of the day. It's kind of sad. It's super sad.
Shut up, Brandon.
It's super sad. Super sad, actually. But yeah, man. Akira Toriyama. If you guys don't know who this person is, then wow. You know, this is the person. This is the GOAT. This is the Dragon Ball creator.
Yeah, Dragon Quest, right? Dragon Quest, Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball, like
Chrono Cross, he made.
Chrono Cross, yeah. Chrono Trigger, yeah.
I didn't know that till I read it. I was like, oh my god.
Chrono Trigger is one of the greatest JRPGs of all time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, one of the, and people will probably argue with me, but one of the greatest anime, Dragon Ball. You know, dudes will argue because they'll say no because of this and that, and I get it. But there's no other anime that is as mainstream as Dragon Ball. You know what I'm saying? Like that is reached all the markets and is successful in all the markets. Is Dragon Ball. But unfortunately, yeah, Akira Toriyama died at 68 years old. He was first appearing in Weekly Shonen Jump magazine, 1984. Dragon Ball. That was when he first did his stuff in 1984.
Was it like health issues or it just?
Yeah, like a hemorrhage. I think.
Hemorrhage, yeah, brain
he had a-
hemorrhage, went to the brain.
He had a hematoma.
Oh, hematoma. There you go.
Yeah, and you know, damn, 1984. Some of us was itching our daddy's pants at that time.
I was.
No, you wasn't. You were born in You were already born. You were born in the 70s, dude.
I was born in 77. I said I was,
You was
still
not
itching my dad.
No, you were not itching your daddy's pants. You got nutted out. You were already born.
I was still a thought.
Nah, dude. You didn't get born in 84. You were born in 77.
I didn't need that visual. I didn't need that visual, bro.
Hold on, Mike. Just like The Rock said. Hold on, just like The Rock said, you were the mistake waiting to happen. Right. But 1984. So yeah, 1984 was the beginning of this man's illustrious career. 45 years, including Sandland. This was, Sandland isn't out yet. Sandland is supposed to come out in like a few weeks, right? Sandland.
I think so.
It's that open world game. Yeah. It's the open world game, Sand game. And then Dragon Quest. Those of you like Dragon Quest games, I love Dragon Quest games.
Wait, he did Dragon Quest?
Yes, Dragon Quest.
And the art style. Yep.
He did all the character designs and everything.
All the art style. And this dude, literally, in many ways, this man jump-started a revolution to where a lot of people are where they are now because of it.
I didn't know he had... Dragon Quest is why we got Pokemon. So
if you look at some of the most diehard anime fans, like the dudes who love it, who are just ingrained in it, who buy all the props, or just get in tune with the culture, they all legit started with this man with Dragon Ball Z. This man literally was that much of a genius.
Yes.
Amazing artist. Like, they said he was a wonderful human being. I mean, look at this comment right here.
He was loved.
They said he was so funny and naughty and cute and sharp-tongued and humble. So he was like a demon time dude too. So I'm loving that. And they said he said he missed I miss our long phone calls where we just talked about dumb things. That's like a friend, right? That's all.
I gotta ask y'all, man. I gotta ask y'all because we OG Dragon Ball Z fans watching this. Obviously a lot of them probably fell off of Super. I haven't watched all the Super, but I did get back into when I saw the Ultra Instinct and the Beast Gohan forums and all that. But what was y'all favorite Dragon Ball Z moment? Me personally, there's so many iconic ones. But I'm like, if I want to go back as a kid, when I legit lost my shit for that first time, it's when that music hit and we first saw Super Saiyan 1 for the first ever time. when you saw
Changing
Goku's
to Super
eyes
Saiyan
bulge out,
was
is like
insane, bro.
the veins bulge and his eyes turn white, then his hair turn yellow. You were like, oh my god, what is happening? It's like, that's what a Super Saiyan looks like. Holy shit, he looks like a god. You know, and then years later, he ends up becoming a god. Like they all become gods, all celestial gods. It's like Toriyama was just too good. And even he said, like, you know, you look at some of his favorite work, like he says, his all-time favorite character, and this shocked the hell out of me that he created. But at the end of the day, you can't name a character more iconic than Cell, aside from Frieza in the Dragon Ball Z universe, right?
Crazy,
but
right?
He said in this shot, I thought he was gonna say perfect form Cell was his favorite form. He said second form Cell was his favorite form. That shocked me. That shocked me. That shocked me. But when you look at that, right, and you look at Gohan in his Super Saiyan 2 form, and then you see him pay homage to that, and GT. And I love that about Toriyama. He was never petty. He always paid homage to people who added to his art. So when you look at Beast Gohan with the red eyes, I remember how in GT they look more primal. Yeah. He took homage to that and added. I was like, bro, I just love Toriyama. He was just too good. He was too good for his own liking, man. He was just amazing. He never stopped working, but he always had passion for what he did.
He was a super humble dude because they always talked about. They always asked him about fan projects, right? Like when they were, how did he feel about that? And he was super humble. He said that he was like in tears because, it was amazing seeing people tribute that way and spending it was surprising how much time people spent on like animating stuff and, and like drawing this stuff. And, it took this dude 2 years, this one fan 2 years to make that one fan with him and One Punch Man. It was Goku versus One Punch Man. And he commented on that and was like, he was teared up because he couldn't believe how unbelievable it was to his art. And he just couldn't believe it. It touched that many people to the point where they want to spend 2 years of their life developing something just in homage to what he's done, So, yeah, Bella.
I was about to say, I want to add to this because, like, y'all know me. I am notorious for shitting on DV fans, and it's only because y'all so damn extra. But I will say, I spent a lot of shouldn't be awake hours on Toonami watching that shit. Okay, I did, and I absolutely love the Majin art, all of it. To be honest, starting with Majin Buu, and the first time, I also saw myself as Launch because back then I was QC. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But another one for me was when I first saw Cell standing in the middle of that fucking arena, and I was like, "Hold on,
moving, just standing there, just
I was just like,
standing there for 30
that's
days.
Dedication. I like look at that, just.
I ain't gonna lie though. Aside from that one character
standing on business,
where they introduced Ultra Instinct with, I'm talking about, what's the character name? I'm talking about that alien looking. I forgot the name of it. But aside from that character, there hasn't been another character like Cell that had just like this instant swag where he just had this like sense of like, bro, I ain't worried about you.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's so chill.
He
was so chill. He had this vibe, like, bro, like, you really think you're gonna fuck with me? Try it. And I remember he bitch slapped Hercule. Hercule was like punching him, and he go like, get the fuck out of my damn face.
You know what? I'm gonna be honest, man. My favorite. I think we talked about this too. My favorite was the Red Ribbon Army battle with young Goku, and then when the general. Remember, he fought the general too. I stood up out of my fucking chair when I first saw that. Because I just was thinking, damn, Goku's so OP, man. Young kid, because he's a kid, right? And I was
he was real little at that point.
Yeah, he was a kid. I just couldn't believe. I was like, look at this big ass army, and there's no fucking way this dude's gonna be able to handle it. And then when he pulled out that fucking long stick, and he was like, whoosh, and he slammed it down, and he split that whole army up. I was like, oh shit! I was like, that's fucking crazy.
Ain't it wild though? Like, man's journey, like just like the way the journey Toriyama took us with Goku by itself. Yeah. I remember originally, Goku's story was supposed to end with the Cell Saga, and it was going to be Gohan. But then he just had so many crazy ideas. He was pressured, and this man just literally just created a masterpiece of storytelling and just worlds. We thought like, remember when we first saw it, we were like, bro, there's no way they're gonna top the Frieza arc. Then comes Cell.
Yeah,
there's
Cell.
no way you'll ever touch Cell. Then Majin Buu series.
Majin
comes
Buu.
out.
Oh
There's no way you can hold a candle to the Majin series, especially when they gave us Majin Vegeta. Who saw that? They gave us Majin Vegeta, and
my favorite arc.
And they redeemed.
Yeah,
Vegeta.
we
Remember how they
twins for
redeemed
real.
They said that.
Vegeta.
Remember, Vegeta did a lot of shit leading up to the Majin transformation. Like, and then they redeemed him
Yeah.
Yes,
so much.
That-
when he sacrificed
that's
himself.
my favorite
They
moment right
redeemed
there.
him. Yeah,
Where they were
he
where
gave
they
that pep
redeemed
talk.
him,
Yeah,
and he looked at Goku, said one last thing before Goku when he went to Majin, and he told Majin Buu that he was going to end him, and he
Yep.
blew himself up.
Yeah.
Bro, I cried. I actually shedded a tear. I was like, dude,
when he
they gave
broke
this
the
man his
cycle.
props.
and I know a lot of people fail to realize this too, and they did a good job. That's why Toriyama is brilliant. Y'all remember Vegeta's father. Despite Vegeta loving his father, Vegeta's father never really showed him affection as a son.
Mm-hmm.
He broke that
It was
cycle.
just
with
tough
Trunks.
love only.
Yeah, he broke that cycle with his son. Remember when he said, "Son, I never hugged you once in your whole life. Come here." And he hugged his son and he knocked him out.
Good.
That what broke me. I was like, "You're not about to do
Yep.
what you're about to do," and he fucking sacrificed himself. And then the next episode, I'm like, "Damn, was that it?" Majin Buu survives. Ha! I was like, yo,
And
he just
Majin Buu
continued.
was like,
And he
"Fuck
just
you. Your
continued.
sacrifice was for
Continued.
nothing." Right?
It was so good, bro. It's so good. Like a masterpiece of storytelling. And then now you got gods thrown into it here. You got Ultra Instinct. You got Beast Form. You got him able to bring iconic characters that you thought were just reached their peak. He's like, Toriyama's like, what peak? These characters never trained before in their lives. I'm like, you know what? That makes sense because Frieza was born with this crazy power. He never trained, and he was just destroying people and destroying planets. He was doing that in infancy. So when you got Frieza now training and now entering new forms like Golden Frieza, and now he's Black Frieza in the manga. When you got and I'm surprised he didn't really think about bringing Cell back. Well, he kind of did with Cell Max, but
Yeah.
it would have been cool if we got Cell. Imagine getting Cell
Dude,
back.
imagine
The
Cell
original
and he
Frieza.
takes and he takes Frieza.
Well, not just that.
Cell
though.
was-
He absorbs
Cell was
Frieza.
Cell
He
would
absorbs
absolutely,
Frieza.
Cell would absolutely try Frieza. For
Oh, yeah.
sure.
Yeah, 1,000%.
sure.
1,000%.
For sure.
And
lot
Run
of
is
people
fucking
don't
paid, probably.
That was another favorite moment.
That would have been dope.
Frieza.
That would have been
Your name
dope.
is Frieza.
That would have been
huh?
dope if he got Frieza and Majin Buu instead of the warriors that he engulfed, right? Say he goes, okay,
That's
I'm getting
what I
ready
think,
to
yeah,
come
he
in.
absorbed Frieza,
He's
right.
absorbed Frieza, then he takes Majin Buu, then he takes Garlic Jr. Like he starts going back, like he starts doing this stuff. And
becomes
he's a
more of a
different
god,
form.
yeah.
He looks
Right.
different because he has he's not saying
Like
looking.
Golden Cell.
He's gonna start
Golden
looking.
Cells.
Yeah,
And
dude.
that would have been fine. I would have been on board. I dead ass would have been on board. Like, yo, dude.
I was
'cause he
bored
already got
fighting
this.
those monkeys. And I see one little insect here.
And you know, Cell be like, you said your name is Frieza, is that correct? Let me show you how weak your neck is.
I love that whole fight between him and
Yes.
God. He's like, boy, you made a fool out of me. Gets frustrated in the chest. All of a sudden, he starts feeling like, I only got 2 hits attacked. I'm so damaged.
Another favorite moment of
You know, I
mine.
was like, yo, come on, bro. This
Yeah,
is
another-
great. They were too good.
Another favorite moment of mine would have to be where Frieza comes back. And he's Mecha Frieza, and he lands on Earth.
Trunks, yeah.
It's Future Trunks. I mean, we
Yeah,
didn't
oh
see
yeah,
him till
Future Trunks, bro.
and Frieza steps off, and he says, "Hello, monkeys." And all of a sudden, you see the sword come out Trunks' back, and he just slices Frieza right down the middle. I'm like, oh shit!
I know.
Oh,
Like, damn,
Nah, you know, the thing about Trunks, and a lot of people, and I hope they do something with Trunks. Like they redeemed Gohan. We get it. Gohan was going to be the poster boy, the savior. But come on, can we give my man Trunks a power boost?
Man.
He deserves it, a power boost. Because let me tell you, when he got on screen, the first time we saw Trunks, he styled on all of them. He's like, we're waiting for Goku. Who the hell are you? He's like, oh, don't worry about him. He's not the only Super Saiyan. And then you have Frieza laughing right until that music and he goes, huh? And then he starts screaming and his hair turns yellow. And Frieza starts backing up out of fear, like they have the same eyes. Like,
I know he was like
imagine Cell absorbing Broly.
Oh my god, that'd be crazy.
That's not a surviving.
That's what I'm saying.
Survivable instant.
This is what I'm saying.
What about us regular folks with that?
Say he has Broly, Frieza, and Majin Buu.
That would be crazy.
They would have to introduce a new fusion.
Like,
for example,
maybe Goku and Vegeta,
like Ultra Instinct,
merge,
like Ultra Instinct, Super
Jiren
Saiyan, Gogeta.
Yeah.
You're talking about like Super Saiyan 4, Gogeta, Ultra Instinct.
They'll have to fuse.
That would be insane.
And then they'll have to fuse, and then Orange Piccolo and Jiren fuse, right? And then those two, and then the Gogeta God, whatever, fuses with the Orange
Gogeta God.
Yeah, like, and then those two would make like Gorin Jita, right? Like, it's like, what the fuck?
What I wanted to see though, and I know Toriyama would have done this, but I would have loved to see Gohan fuse with Broly.
Oh, that'd be dope.
That would be fucking insane, bro.
Like if
Gohan
cross paths, like Beast Gohan cross paths with Broly, and they had to work together. He's like, Broly,
Team Gohan,
his name would be Brohan. Or
Gohan is perfect.
Yeah.
No, Brohan is perfect. Yeah.
Go, bro.
Yeah, he's like, he comes up and he's all like, and he's like, dude, bro, too. He's like, yeah, let's make action happen. Like he's like, motherfucker, like, dude, bro, and he's like beating ass, dude. That would be sick.
Like, come on, did I remember when Vegeta and Goku first fused like with Vegeta?
Oh my god, yes.
When they did that. Yo, right! I was like, yo, there's no way they about to fuse. They fuse like.
Yeah, Goku's like, put the earring on Vegeta. We can save Earth. He's like, get the fuck out of here.
And I like how Goku, when he puts it on, he's sitting there going, okay.
He's like, let's put it on.
When he puts it on, he's sitting there going, okay, it's on. Oh, by the way, while you got it on, we're gonna be fused together forever. Now you tell me.
Yeah, then they fuse together, and like, she's like, you had that Goku where he's like mellow down to earth, and here comes, you see Vegito. He's got that attitude like Vegeta. He's like, get the fuck out of here, Majin Buu. Come on,
I love it. That's why I miss
the announcer made that moment even more happy. He's like, holy crap. Meet Vegito. I was like, who the hell is Vegito? Okay, you know what? I like that.
Right, it's like I'm into it.
I was into it. Dialogue. We definitely need to see Gotenks Super Saiyan 3 as adults now. We need to see
my background. You see, he influenced me as well. I drew that. That's in my background.
Yeah. You drew that a long time ago, dude.
Oh my god,
that was years ago. But yeah, he that Dragon Ball influence has always been there, especially for us anime drawers.
Make the canon.
Love that. Yeah.
Listen, all the poses, all of the action. We always have these debates about Superman versus Goku, and somebody, like I said, spent 2 years animating One Punch Man with Goku. And it ended up being a great story. So if you guys want to check that out, look up Goku versus One Punch Man. It is a full-blown story. There's like 6 parts to it now. And it turned into something amazing. So make sure you guys check that out. Beautiful. God, rest his soul, rest in peace, sir. We really do appreciate you and everything that you put into the community and our communities. And I hope you rest well.
Bro, his legacy
with the Kai
in a weird, in a crazy way. His legacy rivaled of Stan Lee. He rivaled Stan Lee. He was incredible.
It did. Just as big as Superman is, look at Goku.
Yeah.
Right?
Like the creator of Yu-Gi-Oh! I wish I realized this. Our era has pretty much faded away. We lost
Yeah, I know,
Stanley, who
that's
made the
crazy.
comics we used to go to before these people even knew what comics were. We had Toriyama, who made the manga, which still was a thing. Then we had the TV show, and then we lost the creator of Yu-Gi-Oh!
Right. Yep.
And vice versa. You know what I mean? Pretty soon we're gonna lose the creator of Pokemon.
Blue Eyes Dragon, you know.
Yeah, like, we're gonna lose a lot.
We're gonna be losing all the legends, man.
So
That
you know,
sucks,
and
man.
honestly, his stuff was inspired by Dragon Ball too. Look at his designs.
Mhm.
And I like that. I love how they all gave to the industry and they all took inspiration, but they never disrespected. Like they were always showing.
Right.
Like I love that about the brilliance. And like a lot of people act weird when they see Digimon versus Pokemon, but they never threw shade at one another. They just created their own little spin on. They took inspiration. You know, Pokemon wouldn't be Pokemon.
Look at, you know what's unbelievable?
Right.
Look at Supersonic.
Right.
Yeah.
Supersonic looks like Goku's hair. He turns gold, right?
Yeah, he took inspiration.
Yeah. He even has like the flames around him.
and
The
everything.
chaos. Yeah.
And this is Sonic. You know what I'm saying? So let's just
Prime is there for this too. If you think of Shadow, y'all know what they got inspiration for. Like y'all think they got inspiration for Shadow. They got pretty much inspiration for Shadow out of Vegeta.
That makes sense.
Because he's literally the polar opposite
edgy
of
version. He's the edgy opposite version of Sonic. You know,
And-
like Sonic is a chill guy who wants to chill. This motherfucker wants chaos and corruption and power.
And
you know?
he pulled out a gun. Remember? Shadow had a blicky, man. Shadow was like, nah, ain't no spinning.
No.
I'm about to pop you in the kneecap.
I'm gonna spin these bullets across your forehead. That's what he was about.
You know what I'm saying?
Y'all remember when we first saw that fool and what was it? In Sonic Adventures 2?
Yeah, Sonic Adventures 2.
When he first said that chaos control, and he starts running like,
oh my gosh.
Look how
they
dope
don't
that
make
shit
them
is. You know what I'm saying? So yes, he'll be missed, but always loved. All right, let's get the hell out of here. Who we rating? Who are we rating?
Who's live? Let's see who's live. Let's see who's live.
Who we got?
I see.
I got Mooch TV. About it. I got.
You said
I got
the Mooch TV.
Not the Mooch. It's Mooch TV. Big Cloud knows who.
no.
He said no.
I got Sky Dragon. I got Katana Blade. I got Sonic.
I was about to say Skyroar Bella. is
Sky
live.
Rebella. Yep, I got Sky Rebella.
Oh yeah, Sky Dragon is live. I didn't see until I hit show more. On the next thing.
Wait, let's rate.
Oh yeah, Sky Dragon.
Oh,
is
Sky
live.
Dragon. Okay,
Yeah.
let's do Sky Dragon.
Yeah, he's only got one viewer.
Boom.
Sky Dragon 241.
Oh shit. Let me.
Yeah, get that right.
Don't do it right.
I did it. I got it. Sky Dragon.
Don't lose your lives there, Danny.
He said 241.
That's what it said. Yeah.
Okay. There it is. All right, guys. Shout out to Bad Bella. Shout out to Big Mike. Shout out to Big Cloud, aka Bot Cloud. Shout out to David D. Shout out to Brandon, the whole chum bag. You already know.
Right.
What happened to this? What happened to this? What happened to this?
Show Sky Dragon some love. What is he playing right now? What is he playing?
Resident Evil.
Okay, so you guys want to be scared shit? Let's make sure you guys check out that Resident Evil that he's checking out. Show him some love. And once again, we love you all. We can't do this shit without you. Hashtag PC. And we will catch everybody later. All right. Love y'all. Also hashtag Sony, right? Peace.
Hey yo.
All day.